Before I begin, I wanted to give a very special thank you to the Grow Chow. She bought me a coffee, and I have a link down below if you want to buy me a coffee, but it was very, very sweet of her to do so. So thank you very much. It was really appreciated. Okay, let's get started. Hello, and welcome to my channel. Today's video is one I've been meaning to do for quite a long time now, and that is a video in the style of Welsh ASMR 82. He is a lovely fellow. If you haven't seen his channel, you should check it out. He does a lot of map videos where he uses, I think, Google, among other things, to look at different parts of the world and just sort of travel through the map. And he has gone through the United States a couple times. I don't think he's ever made it through the entire United States, but I like to tease him a little bit because there are certain places that he's unfamiliar with that surprise me. I think he pronounced Houston as Houston, and I think that was one of the first videos of his I ever watched. And I teased him. I found it so charming. So, and he's long said, well, you should make a video like this. And he has a point. I've never been to the United Kingdom. I'm fully unfamiliar with the geography, and I know that I couldn't do Wales, for example, because while Welsh uses the same alphabet as English, I know that the letters don't all make the same sound as they do in English. So W in Welsh I know is a vowel. I can't remember which vowel. I think it's oo. So little things like that, I just wouldn't be able to pronounce it. But I also know that in England, English, they like to not pronounce a lot of letters. So I'm sure I'll say a lot of these things in the American way and not the British English way. So I don't know, I kind of thought I'd just start in the southwest and move my way toward London and then north. No particular reason. I do remember that Welsh ASMR 82 was very surprised to find what I would call Birmingham, Alabama, which is a big city there. But this is Birmingham in England. So let's start over here by Plymouth. We also have a Plymouth. The Roseland Heritage Coast. St. Ives, St. Just Penzance is, I've heard of the Pirates of. I don't know if it's this Penzance. And I know I'm saying that with not only just an American accent, but the most possible Midwestern accent. Penzance. Probably Penzance or something. Now this looks like it's pronounced Mousehole, which is really a charming name for a place. I don't know if I'd want to live in Mousehole. Mousehole Harbor. Mousehole Bird Hospital. Which, is that a hospital for birds? That can't be right. Oh, it looks like kind of a charming fishing village, doesn't it? That's what I would assume. St. Clement's College, the Salt House. That's a cute name for what looks to be a hotel or maybe a hostel. Salt house. I'm doing this on an ancient iPad. There's a chance. Oh, look at that. The Salt House, no reviews, a hotel. It looks real sketchy. And yet, part of me desperately wants to go. But this iPad is ancient. I don't know how well this is gonna work. I know that Welsh ASMR 82 is able to zoom in enough to get like Google Earth going. What does this button do? Oh, satellite. Alright, here we go. Oh, this is very cool. Okay. Mousehole Holiday Cottages. Here's the harbor. I'm guessing the cottage isn't actually in the harbor. That seems wrong. Well, this just looks like a really cute town. Mizpah, Mousehole. Okay, let's see if we can find some other cutely named towns. We've got farms over here. Edwina Broadbent, is that just an artist? I've never seen this symbol on Google Maps before. Just an artist. Interesting. I didn't know they could have their own little, what is this? A historical landmark. Interesting. Lamorna Cove Beach. So this, I do not know how to pronounce Shigorno Gardens, so I would attempt to say that. And Shigorno. Boscawen Cliff. That sounds pretty. It is pretty. Look at this. Look at these rocky beaches. Oh, I feel the wanderlust. This is so pretty. Boscawen Cliff. So one thing that I do know about the UK is that it's much smaller than the US, and as such, much more quickly traveled. Port Corno Beach. This beach looks really nice. Purcella Cove. Come on, Google Maps, let me see the cove. Here we go. No reviews. It's a resort. How about the beach? No. Oh, I could check out the car park. Here we go. Pedenvounder Beach. This ocean is so pretty. I love the rocky cliffs. Oh, it's so beautiful. Okay, where even are we? Very, very far south for the UK. Grumba, Brain, Sancreed. I think I should try to pronounce as many places as possible just to upset everyone in the UK. Bosworth and Newbridge, I feel pretty confident on that one. Potomac, Pendine, Morva, Bosparthenus, Porthmeor, Ponyo. See, I also feel, like where, okay. This place is just called Lizard. The Lizard Heritage Coast. National Trust, Lizard Point. Okay, let's see. I have some questions, England. These scenic rocky cliffs with a walking path are the most southern point of England's mainland. So this is really beautiful. Why is it called lizard? Lizard Point. And okay, I have more questions because here we have like a nice logo, Lizard Point, not a single lizard on it. I don't think that England is known for having lizards. I think they tend to like hotter, drier places. I think they're amphibians in England. I would love to know if there are lizards. Cadgwith, Tesco. Flushing. I've heard of Flushing. Coverack. That looks like a cute coastal town. The Bay. Coverack Harbor. Any pictures? Coverack Harbor. You can just tell I've been landlocked for too long. I just want to look at the ocean. And actually living on such a small island, I feel like I watch a lot of, not a lot, but some TV shows that take place in the UK. And I don't feel like the people are going to visit the ocean all that often. It seems like it would only be a couple hours away to just get like a little cottage or something and see the ocean and then go home, like an easy weekend trip. I don't see that very often as just a thing people do. Treba Garden temporarily closed. I bet it has pictures. Oh wow. I have no idea who Treba is or why they have a garden. But that is very pretty. Bronze egret. Yeah, so I do love visiting gardens. That's a big part of touring for me. It's funny doing this. The things that catch Welsh ASMR 82's eye and the things that catch my eye are not at all the same. He likes looking at stadiums for what I call soccer and what he calls football, along with the rest of the world. And I'm looking at beaches and gardens. I'd be interested in seeing like universities too. I'm not sure. Oh, there's one, Falmouth. I think this is pronounced Falmouth, even though part of me would love to call it like Falmouth. Falmouth. Oops. It's in Wood Lane, Falmouth. Give me a nice picture. Okay. Oh, this is a very cute little walking town. I don't see much. The Dog and the Smuggler pasty and tuck shop. I have no idea what a pasty and tuck could possibly be. Pasty to me sounds like it would be little, like a pastry, but a pasty, like a little pie kind of thing. But tuck, what on earth is tuck? I have questions. If you know what pasty and tuck means, I'd love to know, because if I ever go to England, I'm going to this little store. I love it. I love everything about it. I'll go visit Falmouth just to walk around. And this looks so modern to me, which it's not necessarily in keeping with the rest. But of course, Falmouth looks to be like a fairly large town, possibly a city. Pontchartrain. Kerguelen. No idea. University of Exeter, Penryn campus. Oh, that's pretty. It's funny, some of these look like promotional photographs, some are just photographs people took. That looks nice. Mabe Burnt House. What is that? Mabe Burnt House. There are photos of it. Is it just an area? Oh, donkeys. I love donkeys. I have the very unpopular opinion that they are very, very pretty animals. They have those big, soulful eyes. I know that they have personalities, but I think that donkeys are prettier than horses, and that's where people go, what? Are you out of your mind? And no, I'm not, because I'm correct. Okay, let's zoom out and see where we are. We could be not even in the UK anymore for all I know. No, we're still in this sort of southern area. Zoom out even more. Though we're still on the Roseland Heritage Coast. I didn't get very far. Okay, let's go to Plymouth. Saltash, Cargill, Roborough, Woolwell, Plymstock. Okay, this looks like a pretty big settlement, dare I say city. Devonport, Stonehouse, Mill Bay, East End, Kiem, I'm guessing. St. Boudou, it's a little bit French, if you ask me. Home Park, it looks like a large park. We're gonna get a little bit of resolution here. Ooh, are those tennis courts? Community Sports Hub, Zippo's Circus, interesting. Life Center, so this looks like a large football field, by which I mean soccer field, of course. I wouldn't expect to see an American football field anywhere on this continent. Although, rugby pitches, maybe. I did briefly play rugby in college. I injured myself immediately and then got bronchitis. So it wasn't the best experience I ever had. I ended up playing badminton after that. Less full body contact and communicable diseases. Honig Bigly. That one sounds like a Pokemon. It could be pronounced any number of ways, but I'm going with Bigly. Water. This is the most British name of anything. Is it a town? The town is called, it's a town called Water. Alright. Fair enough. What is this? Why is it white? Is it salty? Is it an old quarry? Is it Ag Industries Lee Moore? That doesn't seem right. Is it like sulfury? Big pond. You know, it doesn't look that big, to be honest. I'm not sure they named that appropriately. Quarry. Okay, this is a quarry industrial area. Let's find somewhere nicer. Cod River Bridge. Sheep store. I'm gonna call that Deuceland. Could be Dowsland. Well, Crabstone is a terrible name for anywhere. I could not imagine telling someone I lived in possibly Crabstone. Wouldn't build a quarry here, that's for sure. Hungry Hog, Southwest. Buckland Monachorum Cricket Club. Ooh, the garden house. Let's check that out. Not all the way. I just want the pictures. Oh, that's very cute. Oh, spring is in the air here. I planted tulips this year, and they're just popping up. No flowers yet, just the leaves coming out of the ground. I'm very excited. I love tulips so much. This is so pretty. That garden looks well worth the visit. Near Buckland, Monacorum. I have no idea. Okay. Horabridge. Horabridge? Are we still very far south? Have we gotten closer to, I don't know, the mainland? We're still pretty far south. We haven't gotten very far. Dartmoor National Park. How big is that? It looks pretty large. Looks pretty. I know there was a website where you could go to the UK and stay in old churches instead of like hostels. That sounded super cool. Okay, here's Exeter, and let's see the University of Exeter. Rolling hills. It's funny because this is both like scratching an itch, like I want to travel and I'm sort of getting that, but it's also making it so much stronger. I just want to get on a bus or a train and look at rolling fields and rocky beaches. Exmouth is how I'm going to pronounce that one. I wonder if it's nice. I've never heard of it. Exmouth Beach. It doesn't look so bad. Oh, puppies. Oh, pretty. Well, that's a pretty good endorsement for Exmouth Beach. I wonder though, given that looks like the river comes out here, I wonder if the water's a little gross. East Devon. East Budleigh, no idea. Bickerton College. Home of the mighty Bickertons. That's a color scheme. Those are some old school choices. That is certainly a carpet that they've put down there. Okay. Otterton. I think I wouldn't mind living in Otterton. Oh, wait, a garden. Let's check out the Bickerton Botanical Gardens. Oh, that's a really cute glass house. Greenhouse. Fountains. It's very manicured. I do like the old graveyards. Those are really pretty. Oop. This poor old iPad. It's, what year is it? I think it's 10 years old now. It's no longer supported by Apple at all. Newton Poppleford. Poppleford is the cutest name I've ever heard in my life. Unlike poor Crapstone, I would be very American friends. Oh yes, I'm part of the Newton Poppleford Cricket Club. Hartford, Bowd, Stowford, Woolbrook, Bulverton, Manor Park. No pictures. I wonder how many church streets there are. The Donkey Sanctuary. There better be pictures. Oh yeah. Look at these good donkeys. Oh. They're so cute, and they make the worst noises. And I deeply love them. And they're fluffier than horses. I just think donkeys get a bad rap, and they're really cute. Okay. Harcombe, Weston, Bulstone, Forests. Is this area just called street? Like the whole place is just street? Branscombe, Vicarage, Beer Quarry Caves, Beer Beach, the town of beer. That's very British. Barrel of beer, not surprising. Beerhead Bistro. Oh, that's beautiful. More beaches, more beaches. Oh, that's really cute. Looks like kind of a fancy town, to be honest. Maybe it's really touristy. It's not that it looks fake, but it doesn't look lived in. Southwest Coast Path. Seaton. Axmouth. Colleyford. Collyton. Whitford. Hampton, Kilmington, Westwater. Now, I'm not sure. This one to me looks like the C would be a CH, like a Tulchis, but it could be anything. Membury, Holy City, Chartstock, Birchill, Ladbroke, Lower Holditch and Holditch proper. Is this area called Schoolhouse? Doesn't look like there's much in the way of people here, mostly just farms. This little town is called Schoolhouse. Ford Abbey House and Gardens. Oh, that is quite the house. It just keeps going. This looks like one of those houses that shows up in period pieces. I know there are like 3 that get rented out a lot for movies, but I don't know enough to know which ones they are. Okay, where are we? Netherbury is a really cute name. Burnham-on-Sea. Oh, we're still in this area. East Devon area of outstanding natural beauty. I love that they gave it like an official government title. Here again, Wyre Valley area of outstanding natural beauty. But that's just, the way they phrase it. So here's Wales. I'm wondering where the actual border to Wales is. Like, I know Swansea and Cardiff are Wales. Was this all Wales too? I don't think so, but I have no idea. The UK, where are your borders? Like, I know. Yeah, it's really not not showing any borders because I know Scotland must have a border somewhere. I briefly considered moving to Aberdeen, and then I read reviews of what it's like to live in Aberdeen, and they were brutal. People do not like Aberdeen. Kirkwall, which means church wall. Yeah, so I'm not sure, like, what that area is called. So you can see my ignorance here. So we have a town in the US that has the same name, and we pronounce it Reading. I wonder, I assume it's pronounced Reading here. But okay, like this town here, if I were to read it, I would want to say like Gloucester, because all those letters exist. But I'm guessing that it's like Gloucester, and you just ignore the middle part entirely. I think it's the same here with what I would call Worcester. I think it's like Worcester, which I don't know why they do that. Birmingham, Nottingham, which I only know because there was a movie I never even watched about it. Okay, so Liverpool is all the way up here. Oop. Oh, it's telling me all the highways, I think. I don't care as much about the highways, to be honest. I will not be using them. Blackpool, Wigan, Bolton, Bury, Runcorn, Northwich, Mold. You have a town that's just called Mold. It's just hard to believe that. Okay, see, this is all here gonna be. This is all Welsh. I can recognize Welsh when I see it. Maybe Mold, but Buckley, that's not Welsh. So I'm guessing the border has to be like Baggild is gonna be English, but then that's Welsh. It's gotta. Oh, here it is. England, Wales. But there's no line. Interesting. Because, like, Welsh, English. Chester Zoo. Blacon. Cristleton, Waverton, Tarvin Sands, Delamere. If I ever learn how to pronounce Welsh, I'd love to do a little area there. Well, Bostock, Middlewich, Kinderton, Sandbach, Sandpatch. I was told once that my American accent was stronger than my friend's American accent, and I didn't know how to take that. Manchester, Stockport. I think Manchester I only am aware of because they have football fans, right? I feel like their football fans have a reputation, but I don't know what it is, other than they exist. Leeds I've heard of. Seems like all the bigger cities I've heard of are right here in the middle versus wherever I was earlier. I wonder if that's just like Bumble. It was pretty. Maybe you should move there. Derby, Grantham, Spalding, Peterborough, Norfolk Coast, Norwich, London, of course, Southend-on-Sea, Eastbourne, Ipswich, Crawley, Brighton, Worthing, Portsmouth, Croydon, Surrey Hills area of outstanding natural beauty. I really do like that your government has made that just a title. This area has outstanding natural beauty. Oh, hey, come back. It looks like rolling hills of farmland, old churches. That's a pretty old church. flowers. I don't know. I don't know if I would have called that one outstanding. Cambridge, so is the university going to be there? Let's zoom. Because that's a very famous old university. The King's Hedges. Ooh, the garden of the university. It's the most important part anyway, isn't it? Okay, we got a fountain, a greenhouse, the fountain and the greenhouse together, the fountain and the greenhouse from a different angle. I'm guessing these gardens aren't that big. That doesn't look good. I mean, you don't really want all this algae generally. It means you're using too much fertilizer. I'm looking for it, but if that was Tesco. I hear people mention Tesco all the time. We do not have them here. Trumpington. Chesterton, an area just called Castle. Horningsea. Water beach, nowhere near the beach. Land beach, accurate. Water beach, nowhere near any beach. I have questions. Chittering. Little Thetford. Is there a big Thetford somewhere? Reach, Fordham, Isleham, Soham, Freckenham, Chippenham, Red Lodge, Mildenhall. Oh, here's the big Thetford. Those certainly are trees. Again, with the algae though, I don't know about that. Maybe it's different across the pond. Maybe you want to have tons of algae. Elvedon Forest. Elvedon. Culford Heath. Ampton. Another Tesco. Google really wants me to know where the Tescos are, just in case. Oh wait, here's Thetford again. Okay, here's actual Thetford. And Thetford Forest Park. And Thetford Forest Park. Okay, Thetford's got a few forest parks. Another one. We're at 3 Thetford Forest Parks here. Great Hockham. And Little Hockham. That kind of sounds like Great Hockham. It sounds like an exclamation, kind of like Great Scott. Little Ellingham. I wonder if there are rivalries, like, no, I don't live in Ellingham, I live in Little Ellingham. It's like exclusive, it's a little bit better. Or like, oh, you live in Little Thetford? Wow, couldn't even live in the full big Thetford. Hardingham, Southburg, Hingham, Ramblingham, that's a really silly name. Ramblingham, Clippings Green, Little Melton, Heatherset, Hethel, Brakenash, Swardston, Dunstan, Upper Stoke, Kirby Bedden, of course Northwich is a real town here, possibly a city. I really don't know, because I know that England's kind of small. Like, will this tell me how many people live in Northwich? Any information here? Zero information on Northwich. Oh, Norwich. I said that wrong about 10 times. Norwich, Eaton Park. Oh, this is pretty. Oh, a skate park. It's like kind of a nice public area. Cringeflix. Waterloo. Blickling Estate. So is that going to be one of those old houses? Oh my. And some cool sky happening. Lots of portraits. Obviously I can't really zoom in, but these all look like the same person, right? Wow. Huh. This is all very cool. I would like to visit some of these old places, old estates that appear to be tourist attractions now. Now we're getting to, where are we? On the eastern side of things. Okay, well, that was my very ignorant, unknowledgeable tour of random parts of England, ignoring London for no reason at all, and almost very briefly going into Wales. I didn't realize how close Liverpool was to Wales. Yeah, feel free to tell me anything I got wrong, everything I got wrong, or to just laugh at my pronunciation of places.